What's up, everybody? My name is Alex Artemiak, and today is part one of our Vinyasa primary sequence. So if you've ever been doing a Vinyasa class, this sequence is roughly what the class is based upon. There might be some iterations and variations here and there, but a lot of what we practice is based on this type of structure. And so we'll be going over the next few weeks with different parts that will help outline different ideas, different techniques. Today we're focusing on the feeling of the hands and the feeling of the feet. So there's an index mound, a pinky mound, thumb mound, and outer wrist mound. Whenever we're weight bearing, whether it be in down dog, high plank, or handstand, we want to think about those 4 points and balance the pressure. Same thing with the feet. There's a big toe mound, pinky toe mound, and then the inner and the outer heel mound. And when we're standing, whether it be in Warrior 2 or when we're standing in tree pose or dancer's pose, we want to be super conscious of what those 4 points are doing. So today we'll be going through this exact same sequence, and week by week we'll change the focus so that you can start to build a really strong foundation in your practice. So I hope you enjoy this class. Let's start today. Knees wide, toes together. Press your hips against your heels. Walk your hands out in front of you. Rest your forehead down onto the mat. Crawl up onto your fingertips. Maybe crawl those fingers forward, and then as you press your hips into your heels, draw your shoulders back away from your ears. Flip your palms to face the sky. Cultivating our Ujjayi breath, take a deep inhale through the nose. Make the sound ha as you exhale. Through the nose, inhale. This time with lips sealed, still making that sound ha, but through the nose, exhale. Start to cycle the breath, holding that light constriction in the base of the throat, through the nose in, through the nose out. As you listen to the sound of your breath, turn the volume of the breath up. Make it into a light whisper. Choose a single word that you'll repeat silently in your head and imagine that you're whispering it. So today I'll offer you the word joy. Imagine that with every breath you're whispering joy through the inhale, joy through the exhale. One more, fully in, empty out. Flip your palms face down to the mat. Inhale, rise up to a tabletop pose. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Stack your hips directly over your knees. Take a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, lift your chest. Pull your shoulders and your shoulder blades back. Exhale, cat. Round and curl your spine. Contract your glutes and press your hands down, forward, and slightly inward. Inhale, cow pose. Hips go back, chest goes forward and up. Exhale, cat. Now start to synchronize your breath and body. Every inhale, you lift your chest. And every exhale, you round your spine. Feel the firmness of your palms into the mat. So there's 4 points in each of your hands. There's the index finger mound, where the finger meets the palm of the hand. There's the pinky mound, the thumb mound, and the outer wrist mound. Can you balance the pressure on those 4 points equally? Let's come to a neutral spine. And as you play with the pressure points on your hands, you'll feel your forearms start to engage. Take a deep breath in, tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Just noticing that as you go back to downward facing dog, the pressure will naturally become lighter on your palms, which means you have to be much more active as a participant in grounding the 4 points of the hands. Let's see how that changes. Inhale, come forward into high plank pose. Here it's more natural for the pressure to be balanced. Because the weight of the body is forward, breathe in. Exhale, bend your knees, downward facing dog. As you shift your hips back and up, notice how the pressure gets lighter on the hands. Activate a downward push of the palm. Keep the pressure even. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, forward, high plank. Close your eyes. Just root your awareness into the skin of the hands. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, step forward, Ragdoll Pose. Step your feet behind your wrists and then grab on for opposite elbows. Bend your knees enough that your rib cage touches your thighs. Let your head hang heavy. Find a little sway side to side. As the ribs touches the thighs, allow your pelvis to tilt forward. So just the length of the spine cascades off the hips. Try to breathe deep into your lower back. Release your hands down to the mat. Slowly roll your body up to standing. Let your head rise last. Then at the top, bring your feet to touch. Exhale, Samastitihi. Hands to the prayer position, heart center. Touch your thumbs to the center sternum. Close your eyes. Take a moment and just feel the connection of the hands. Index finger mounts, pinky mounts, thumb mounts, and outer wrist mounts. All 4 points pressing into each other. Take a deep breath in. Let it all go. Listen to the sound of your breath. Imagine whispering joy through the inhale, joy through the exhale. Release your arms down by your sides. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your arms high. Now that we're standing, root down into the 4 points of your feet. Balance the pressure from the inner heel to the outer heel, from the big toe mound to the pinky toe mound. You can pick up the feet and kind of slide the weight in and out, forward and back. And pick up your toes, spread them wide, seal them down to the mat. Feel your connection to the ground today, regardless if it's on the hands or on the feet. Now pressing down, lift up, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold, sweep your arms wide. As you bend your knees, tilt your pelvis forward, feel the length of your spine. Inhale, halfway lift, push off of your shins. Put a slight bend in your knees. Press your hands into the shins and lightly pull up. Feel the back muscles turn on. Draw your thighs back, move your tailbone back. Feel that space in your lower back. Inhale. Exhale, high plank pose. Hands down, step your feet back. Stack your heels over the ball mounts of your feet. Now press down into your feet, press down into your hands. Energetically squeeze your hands towards your belly button and your shoulders back towards your tailbone. Feel your back muscles, your core muscles, your legs all engage. Kick through the mat, breathe in. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Zip your legs together, tops of the feet press down into the mat. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your hands, low cobra. Make this all about the way your back muscles are firing up. Tilt your chin slightly down, lift the back of your head, roll your shoulders open, lift the back of your heart. Take a breath in. Exhale, gently release. Inhale, straighten your arms halfway, king cobra. Firm down into the skin of the palms. Lightly pull your hands back. The backward pull of the palms will allow you to traction your spine forward. Press your pubic bone into the mat. Feel the tailbone go under. We're trying to soften the length in the lower back. Exhale, release. Inhale, full cobra. To the degree that it feels right, start to straighten your arms. Palms push down and pull back so that the shoulders can draw slightly back. You can feel your chest begin to open. Take a slow breath in. Exhale, release all the way down to the belly. Inhale, rise, tabletop pose. Tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's slide forward. Inhale, high plank pose, taking a full round of high to low plank. Squeeze your hands towards your navel, your shoulders towards your tailbone. Breath in. Exhale, lower halfway down. Get on the tops of your feet. Inhale, upward facing dog. Pull back with your palms, draw back your shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog. So I gave you about 4 different variations. You can take any one of those 4 as we go through the flow today. And you can mix and match. If sometimes you want to take the full chaturanga, other times you want to do low cobra, king cobra, or full cobra, you can. Let this be your practice. Inhale, bend both knees. Exhale, travel forward, front to the mat. We start to flow. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine forward and back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, reach up. Exhale, sweep your arms wide, forward fold to the mat. Halfway lift, full breath. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Connect to your mantra. Inhale, joy, bend your knees. Exhale, travel, front to the mat. Half lift, full breath. Fold and empty. Inhale, mountain, reach up. Sweep your arms wide. Exhale, forward fold to the mat. Half lift, full breath. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, knees bend, heavy on your hands. Exhale, travel forward, front to the mat. Half lift, full breath. Fold and empty. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees a lot. Take your arms, reach up in line with your ears. Now balance the pressure in your feet. Notice if your toes are clamping down. To help pull the weight back, draw your shins back, draw your thighs back and in. Feel the weight shift back to the heels. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, full breath. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, float your right leg high. Bend your knee, open up your thigh. Circle the right thigh around. As you move your right thigh, notice the weight shifting on the left foot. Can you keep it balanced? Hug your left hip in. Kick your right leg back, breathe in. Exhale, step between your hands, low lunge. Spin your back heel down to the mat. Inhale, warrior two. Use that back heel to rise up. So you want to search for the balance of pressure into the soles of the feet. Big toe mounts, pinky toe mounts, both sides of both ankle bones. As soon as you've got the balance and pressure, start to squeeze your shins lightly towards each other. But if squeezing the shins makes the feet collapse, that's too much. So you're finding that balance between the energy of the legs hugging in and the energy of the feet pressing down. Breath in. Exhale, extended side angle. Right elbow on top of the right thigh to help manipulate the pelvis. As you move your hips, feel the length of your spine. And then stamp into your right heel. The pressure on the right heel will turn on your right glute, and that'll keep you from crimping or compressing in the right hip flexors. Inhale, reverse warrior. Feel the balance on the feet. Take your arms up to the sky. Left hand pushes up on the back of the right hand. Notice if you feel more weight on the right big toe or right inner heel. Press some weight into the outer right heel, and that'll turn on your right outer glute to open the knee towards the right middle toes. Breath in. Exhale, high to low plank. Hands down to the mat. Step it back. Lower slow. Remember, you can always skip these. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Heavy on your palms. Inhale, float your left leg high. Bend your knee, circle your thigh. As you circle the left thigh, hug your right hip in. Kick your left leg back, breathe in. Exhale, step between your hands, low lunge. Back heel spins down, so set up your footwork as best you can before you rise. Turn your back toes lightly forward, then press into your back heel. Use it to help you lift, warrior two. The faster you can draw awareness into the ground and the more you can stay connected to where your feet touch the mat, the more stable you'll feel. And the more stable you are, the more fluid your transitions will become. So stability and fluidity, they go hand in hand. Balancing the pressure on the 4 points of each foot, hug your shins lightly towards each other. Without compromising that balance pressure, can you find that delicate dance? Breathe in. Exhale, extended side angle. As you move the hips, and if you need help, push your forearm on top of the thigh, there's a tendency to compress into the left hip flexors. So can you press, stamp down into your left heel to keep your left glute active? Feel spacious on the side of the hip. Find space for the length of your spine. Inhale, reverse warrior. Level your hips. Right hand pushes up on the back of the left hand. As you center the hips, notice as your left knee collapsing inwards. That tells you that the outer glute isn't turned on. Push into your outer left heel. Your knee will begin to track towards the left middle toes. Breath in. Exhale, sweep to the mat, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So we'll take this sequence and start to flow breath to movement. As you go breath to movement, focus on the sweetness of the breath and the mantra in your mind. Breathing joy through every inhale. Imagine you're whispering it through every exhale. Inhale, bend both knees. Exhale, travel front to the mat. Half lift, full breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Feel the balance in your feet. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, full breath. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Be heavy on the palms, soft on the wrists. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Bend your knee open. Exhale, step through, low lunge. Ground your heels. Inhale, warrior two. Use the feet to rise. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, sweep to the mat, high to low plank. Feel the palms connect. Lower slow. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high, bend your knee open. Exhale, step through. Inhale, warrior two. Find your feet. Exhale, extended side. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 2 cycles of breath minimum. Steady your inhale, steady your exhale. Can you find that harmony between the way you move, the way you breathe? Focusing on your connection to the ground. It's from the stability that we touch the mat that creates the smooth fluidity in how we move the rest of the body. One more time through the flow. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, bend both knees. Exhale, travel front to the mat. Half lift, full breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, joy in. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Bend the knee open. Exhale, step through. Warrior two, inhale. Extended side, exhale. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, high to low flow. Inhale, up. Exhale, back to down dog. Inhale, left leg high, bend your knee open. Exhale, step. Use your feet, warrior two, inhale. Extended side, exhale. Reverse, inhale. Exhale, high to low flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Steady the exhale out. Inhale, knees bend. Exhale, travel all the way down to a seat. And then come into boat pose, Navasana. Toes on the mat. Take your hands underneath the backs of the thighs. Lightly pull up. Push down with your thighs. Walk your hips back. Try to find the length in your lower spine here. As you lift your chest, draw your shoulders back. Express the space in the heart. Lift up your toes. Push your big toes together. Reach your arms forward. Palms face up. You'll have to shift the gaze, not just forward, but slightly up so you can feel the length in the back of your neck. From here, start to straighten your knees. Flex your quads, point your toes, deep breath in, heart up. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, low boat. Lean back a little, lower your legs. Exhale, high boat if you need, bend the knees. Find the length in the spine. 3 times more. Inhale, low boat. Exhale, high. Inhale, low. Exhale, high. Inhale, low boat. Bend your knees. Exhale, lower all the way down onto your back. Left leg stays forward. Right leg goes up into the sky. Let's bring palms together. Reach your arms to the right. Then lift your left heel off of the ground. Exhale, lift your shoulders and chest. Reach your arms as far to the right as you can. If you want to add a twist in the legs, point your right toes over to the left. Tiny pulses. Exhale, lift your chest. Lift, lift. We're targeting those right side obliques. Exhale, 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 exhale. Just 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down. Other side. Right leg goes long. Left leg goes up. Palms together. Reach outside your left leg. Lift your right heel. Now send your left toes over to the right. Lift both shoulders and shoulder blades off the mat. Start your pulses. Little exhales. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Hug it in, knees to chest. Badakanasana, straight up through center. Soles of the feet come together, knees go nice and wide. Lightly touch your fingertips behind your earlobes. Elbows go wide. Breathe in. Exhale, brace. Front ribs, hip points to navel. Lift your shoulders and shoulder blades off the mat if possible. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Down, up, down, up, down, lift. Sharp little exhales. Just 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug it in, knees to chest. Circle your knees in 2 opposing directions, towards one another and away from each other. And then flip the circles. Then stretch your body nice and long. Legs reach forward, arms reach way back. Full body stretch, inhale. Let it go, exhale. Hug your knees into your chest. Grab behind your thighs. Start to rock the length of your spine. Forward and back a few times. High to low plank when you're ready. Or straight to downward facing dog works too. Holding in upward facing dog or cobra for a moment to stretch out your core muscles. Engage your glutes, move your tailbone under. Maybe lean to the left, look over the right shoulder. Lean to the right, look over the left shoulder. Center yourself. And let's all meet downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg high. Exhale, step your foot between your hands, low lunge. Now separate your feet hip distance. All 10 toes point straight forward, almost like you're standing on really narrow train tracks. Balance the pressure from the big toe mounds to pinky toe mounds of both your feet, and then on your front right heel, from in to out. Now bend your left knee a little. Inhale, crescent pose. Reach your arms up to the sky. That bend in the left knee is just going to help you bring the tailbone under. Stack your back heel up over the ball mount and kick straight down. That's going to help turn on the quadricep. Now, feeling the pressure balanced on the soles of the feet, hug your shins towards each other. You're going to feel this little engagement on the front of the left pelvis and the left quad. Arms stay up to the degree that you can keep your lower back happy and your spine vertical. Start to straighten up your back knee. Straightening the back knee should intensify the stretch on the pelvis. If you don't feel it get intense, then most likely your pelvis is starting to tilt, and that might cause you a little discomfort in the lower back, so you reverse it. Breath in. Exhale, hands to the prayer. Right hand on top of the right thigh, push. Tilt your pelvis forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, revolve twist. Left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. As your elbow touches the outside of the right thigh, go back into the sensation of the feet. Notice if you're losing the pressure of your big toe mounds on the mat. Anchor them down. Then push your thigh against your elbow. Maybe hands go to the prayer. Right palm presses down. Left hand pushes up. Feel the ground underneath the feet. Feel the angle of the spine. And then work the rotation. Nothing to force. You keep searching for space. Breathe in. Exhale, runner's lunge. Hands come down to the inside of your right foot. Scoot your right foot out to the right. Come down to your elbows and your forearms. Circle your hips. Stay or walk up onto your straight arms. Bend your back knee. Squeeze your heel to your butt. Right hand pushes on the right thigh to help turn your chest, and then take your right arm, sweep it up and around, grab the outer edge of your left foot and squeeze heel to glute, or grab the ball mount. Kick with your left leg, oppose with your right arm. Move your head from side to side, loosen up the sides of the neck. Slowly, if you took the twist, release your left foot down to the mat. Let's go up onto our straight arms. Lift up your back knee, and now roll to the outer edges of both your feet. Left hand stays on the ground. Flex your left toes back against the shin. Press the outer edge of the left foot down. Feel that left hip turn on so the hips start to lift. Breathe in. Stay or exhale, side plank. Slowly shift your right foot back on top of your left foot. It's the feeling of the ground that gives you stability. Drop your awareness into the skin of the left palm, balance it evenly, protect your wrists, press into the knife edge of the left foot, breath in. Exhale, down dog or high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg floats up. Exhale, step between your hands, low lunge. Find the feet, all 10 toes point straight forward. Balance the pressure, front heel, and then from the big toe mound to the pinky toe mounds of both your feet. Little bend in the right knee. Use the ground, feel the ground to rise up into your crescent pose. The more you feel the ground, the more you enhance your stability. So it starts with awareness, and then the body will know what to do if you can notice and observe where the balance feels uneven. Stack your back heel up over your back ball mount. Kick straight into the ground, turn on your right quadricep. Brace your core. Make sure your low back feels nice and happy. There's a lot of space. And so to the degree that you can stretch out that front right hip, start to straighten your right knee. Breath in. Exhale, hands to the prayer. Lean forward. Left hand on the left thigh, push. Right elbow to the outside of the left thigh, twist. As the elbow touches the thigh, feel the connection down to the ground. Are you starting to lose the pressure on the big toe mounts? Equalize the pressure where you touch the mat. That's going to give you your stability for the hips. Hip stability gives you the length of the spine. And then let's take the hands to the prayer position.
As the palms push, feel the connection hand to hand. Turn your chest away from the mat. Breath in. Exhale, release your hands down on the inside of the left foot. Shuffle the left foot out to the side. Come on down to your elbows and forearms. Circle your hips. Lower your right knee down to the mat. Walk up onto your straight arms. Right hand stays. Left hand touches the left thigh. Push down. Turn your chest, and then bend your right knee, squeeze your heel to your butt. Take the left arm, sweep it up and around, capturing either the ball mount or the pinky blade of the right foot. Pull with your bicep, kick with your leg. Move the head side to side. Notice if you're jammed up in either side of the neck. Draw your shoulders down from your ears and breathe. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Lift your back knee off the mat. Roll to the outer edges of your feet. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. So flex the right toes back against your shin. You want to feel the connection through the right palm and through the outer edge of the right foot. The more that gets heavy, the lighter the left foot gets. Maybe you step it back into side plank, Vashisthasana. But use downward force, not just gravity pushing your body towards the earth, but you actively participate. Press into the ground so that the other half of your body can lift into the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, high to low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, bend both knees. Exhale, travel forward, front to the mat. Half lift, full breath. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Inhale, bend both your knees, sit back. Let's take hands to thighs. Press your hands into your thighs, swing your tailbone back. Make sure you have that ability to move your pelvis under or to move the tailbone backwards. Then sit low into your legs, breathe in. Exhale, prayer twist, left elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Right palm to left palm, push. Turn your belly, turn your ribs and chest. Hips pull back, lengthen your heart and spine forward. Breath in. Exhale, release, forward fold. Separate your feet, hip distance. Slide your palms face up underneath the fronts of your toes so your fingers are pointing back towards your heels. Step your toes onto your wrists. Inhale, quarter lift your chest. Exhale, pull your elbows wide and then back. Wiggle the toes, give the palms and the wrists a little massage. Remove your hands from underneath your feet. Slide your feet to touch. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, knees bend, arms go up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Manipulate those thighs and pelvis. Can you feel the length of the spine? Twist, right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. As you go hand to hand, push your palms into each other. Feel the surface skin of the hands connect. Move your shoulders back and lengthen through your neck. Breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Separate your feet, hip to mat distance. Bend your knees, Malasana, frog squat, elbows on top of the thighs. So let's work into a little bit of inversion practice. We'll go towards either flying frog or crow pose, but less about getting your feet off the mat. I want you to feel the connection here. Index mound, pinky mound, thumb mound, outer wrist mound. The more you can feel the connection, the stability is here in the hands, the lighter and less necessary the toes will become. Okay? So hands come down to the mat. Just like doing high to low plank, hands shoulder distance. Turn the hands so the index fingers parallel each other so that your forearms can be directly over your palms. Elbows stack over wrists. Lightly squeeze your hands in and maybe even a little bit back. That's going to help you to move the shoulders back away from your ears. For flying frog, which is a little more accessible, thighs rest on the outsides of the upper arms. Bend your elbows, let the shoulders come forward. Don't worry about the toes lifting. Keep your awareness on the skin of the palms. When the hands get heavy enough, the toes will float. For crow pose, tuck your knees up towards your armpits. Seal the palms, same idea. Draw your shoulders back from your ears. Feel the hands. Lengthen your neck forward. That's your counterweight. The toes will get light. If the toes lift, squeeze your heels up towards your butt. No matter where you go, find the connection to your hands. That's the foundation that will help you find your balance, whether it's on your hands in these inversions or later on when you're touching the ground with your feet. It's that balance through the skin of the foot. Breath in. Exhale, child's pose. Let's take a variation called embryo. Knees together, heels together. Rest your chest on your thighs. Let your forehead relax on the mat. Take your arms down by your sides. Roll your wrists around. Walk your hands forward. Inhale, rise, tabletop pose. Tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, both knees bend. Exhale, travel forward, front of the mat. Half lift, coming back to the mantra. Joy in. Forward fold, empty out. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, sit back. Exhale, eagle wrap your right arm underneath your left arm. Cross at the elbows, again at the wrists. Lift your elbows up in line with the shoulders. Extend your elbows forward, move your spine back. Lift up onto your right big toe. Slowly loop your right thigh over your left thigh. Squeeze your thighs together. Balance the pressure from heel to ball mount. And breathe. From big to pinky toe, from inner to outer heel. Keep localizing your awareness where you touch the ground. Balance starts with awareness. Inhale, unwind, chair pose. Exhale, other side, left arm wraps under. Lift up onto the left big toe. Take that moment to feel the balance connection through the skin of the right foot. Inner to outer heel, big to pinky toe mount, and then loop left thigh over the right thigh. Squeeze your thighs together. Elevate the elbows in line with the shoulders. Send them forward. Lean your spine back. Steady your breath in. Steady your breath out. Joy in. Joy out. Inhale, mountain pose. Feet together, arms go to the sky. Exhale, bring your right elbow to your right side waist. Bend your right knee back. Now, keep your right palm turned up to the sky. You can rotate the upper arm back and then grab the inside arch of the foot, or if that's a lot on the shoulder, then turn the thumb down, grab the outside edge. For a dancer's pose, let's keep the chest lifted. Work on your back bend. Work on the spine's flexibility. Turn your left palm back behind you. Inhale, dancer's pose. Start to kick your right leg back. The tendency will be to tilt the pelvis and dip the spine. Keep your chest lifted. Squeeze your heel towards your butt. Roll your left hip back to close your right hip at the mat. And keep your gaze solid and awareness grounded. Inhale, rise, mountain. Feet together. Exhale, other side. Left elbow, left side waist. Bend your left knee back. Grab the inside arch of your foot or the outer edge. Steady your gaze on a non-moving point. Inhale, dancer's pose. Start to kick your left leg back. Squeeze with your left bicep. Draw heel to butt. Watch the pelvis from turning open. Roll your right hip back. Close your left down. Balance the pressure from big to pinky toe. Inner to outer heel. Steady your breath. Mountain pose. Feet together, arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer, heart center. Tree pose. Take a hold of your waist. Lift up your right foot. Point your right toes down. Elevate the height of the right knee Take the right thigh, plug it back. Now use that outer right hip. Open your knee to the right. Notice the left hip as it's swaying out to the side. Hug it back into the middle. And then squeeze your heel towards your groin. Then finally land the foot and thigh together. Start to squeeze foot and thigh into one another. Stay, level your hips, steady your breath, steady your gaze. Maybe draw the hands to the prayer or the arms to the sky. Then halfway close your eyes. The more you can root your awareness into the skin of the feet, the less necessary it will be to keep the eyes open. See through the skin of the body. Release your right foot down to the mat. Other side, pick up your left knee, pick up the left foot. You can have the hands on the waist or keep them at the prayer. Open your left knee to the left, point your toes down, level your hips, and then squeeze your heel towards your groin. Ultimately land the foot and thigh together, firm them into each other. Feel the energy squeezing in, and then lift it up. Balance the pressure through the skin of the right foot. Big to pinky toe mounts, inner to outer heel. Hands come back to the heart. Steady your breath. Halfway close the eyes. Reach the arms high. You discover what feels wonderfully uncomfortable for you, what challenges yourself, just enough to bring you fully conscious into the moment. Left foot down to the mat. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, forward fold, sweep the arms wide and bow. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, high to low plank or skip. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg floats up. Exhale, step through to low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Rise all the way up to standing. Reach your arms high, firm down into the skin of the feet. Same idea. Balance pressure, big to pinky toe, inner to outer heels. Hug your shins towards each other. Take a breath and lift up on your back ribs. Exhale, open warrior two. Keep the stance a little bit shorter though. Halfway straighten your right knee. Balance the pressure on the skin of the feet. Press down, root into those heels. Turn on your glutes. Breath in. Exhale, triangle pose. Keep pressing into your heels. You want the glutes on as you roll the hips. They rotate slightly to the right and roll just slightly forward. Ultimately, you can investigate. Circle the hips around and just notice what position of the pelvis makes the low back feel best. What position of the pelvis allows you to lengthen your spine. Right hand can grab a hold of the right shin, right big toe, or be nice and light on the mat. Once you've got the feeling of the hips, the feeling of the spine and breath, then start to flex your right quad, straighten your right knee. Turn your chest away from the mat. Look up towards your left thumb if that feels accessible. Inhale, slowly rise all the way to standing. Parallel your feet towards each other. Turn the big toes slightly in. Exhale, bend your knees, tilt your pelvis forward. Take your hands, grab a hold on the outside edges of your feet. Pull your elbows wide. Draw your shoulders back and lift the back of your heart. Feel the connection, balance pressure into the soles of the feet, big to pinky toes, inner to outer heel. Now this time, pull your shins away from each other and then roll your inner thighs back. Then breathe. Tee out your arms. Inhale, squeeze your feet lightly towards each other to assist the lift. Exhale, warrior two to the front. Stay in warrior two or out of reversed. Breathe in. Exhale, high to low plank. Up dog, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step through low lunge. Back heel down, warrior one. Use your feet to rise. Downward force in the legs, rebounds and upward lift above the hips into the spine. Firm down, balancing the pressure points on the feet. Hug your shins towards each other. Push into your back heel. Lift up your back ribs. Breath in. Exhale, warrior two. Keep the stance a little shorter today. Halfway straight in your front knee. Now press balance into your feet. Then push a little extra into the heels. Turn on those outer glutes. Breathe in. Exhale, extended side angle. The hips rotate a little to the left. They roll just slightly forward so that the angle rotation of the pelvis allows the spine to stay long. Left hand takes a hold of the left foot, big toe or shin, or outside on the mat. Tee out your right arm to the sky. Once your hips feel good, start to straighten your left knee. Inhale, slowly rise all the way to standing. Parallel your feet towards each other. Turn the big toes slightly in. Clamp your palms together. Interlace your fingers. Roll your shoulders open. Squeeze the shoulder blades in. Take a breath in. Exhale, bow. Chest expanding, standing straddle bend. As you tilt your pelvis, roll the inner thighs back. Hug the outer shins apart. Notice as the head drooping down, curling the neck and the upper back. As much as you're tilting your hips and you're going towards the ground, can you lift the back of your heart? Lift the back of your neck and breathe deep. Inhale, slowly rise. Exhale, warrior two to the front. Breath in. Exhale, high to low plank. Hands down, step the left foot back, lower slow. Last one of class. Up dog. Exhale back into downward facing dog. Inhale, float your right leg up. Exhale, half pigeon pose. Right knee towards your outer right wrist. Right ankle down towards your outer left hip. Be super generous with the bend in your right leg so that you can square your chest and your hips forward in front of you. Now kick lightly into the right shin, kick lightly into the top of the left thigh. Feel the energy lifting into the pelvis. Hug your thighs lightly towards each other. Engage your glutes to move your tailbone under. Walk your hands back. The sensation should be coming up the front of your left pelvis while the lower back stays nice and happy. Breathe. Listen to the sound of your breath. Feel your breath. Imagine the breath is whispering joy with every inhale and exhale. Downward facing dog. Hands to the mat, step your right foot back. Other side, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, half pigeon. Generous with the bend in the left leg. Bring your heel towards your right hip. Be on the top of your right foot, top of the right thigh. Kick lightly down to your left shin. Squeeze your legs lightly towards each other. Engage your glutes, moving the tailbone under. Feel the length coming up the right pelvis. And just like in every other pose, now it's not the hands and the feet, but where you touch the ground is how you create your stability. Push down wherever your body meets the mat. And notice where it begins to lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Reach your arms down by your sides, thumbs point down. Roll your shoulders and your chest open. Inhale, lift the back of your head, lift your arms, lift your legs. We're going to transition this right into full floor bow. So excite the muscles on the back of your spine, one vertebra at a time. Try to get higher and higher. Then bend your knees, squeeze your heels towards your glutes. Reach back, grab the outside edges of your feet. As you grab the feet, roll your shoulders forward, preventing the overstretch of the chest and shoulders, and then start to kick a little harder. Kick only as hard as your lower back feels good and as your shoulders feel good. Slowly release. Windshield wipe your legs. Lay your arms down by your sides. Look to your right. And then look to the left. Land your feet on the mat. Big toes touch. Heels fall apart. Wiggle the hips. Breathe into your lower back. Hands under shoulders. Inhale, rise up into standing on your knees. Separate your knees, hip distance. Tuck underneath your toes. Get on the ball mounts of your feet. Kick into your legs. Engage the glutes and bring your tailbone slightly under. Then reach the arms forward and up. Breathe in. Exhale, pull your elbows back. Lift your chest. Lengthen your head, lengthen your neck. Inhale. Exhale, camel pose. Slowly, simultaneously, if possible, take your hands, touch your heels. But rather than pushing weight down on the feet, pull up. Kick through your legs, quads are on. Turn on your glutes. Shape the angle of the pelvis so your low back feels good. Lift your heart, breathe in. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, slowly rise. Exhale, have a seat. On your heels, take a moment. Center your mind on your breath. Slow, steady in. Listen to its sound, exhale. Hear it, feel it. And then as you whisper the breath, imagine you're whispering joy. Have a seat on the mat, sweep your legs out in front of you. Lower all the way down to your back. Slide your heels tight to your hips. Work your elbows down by your waist. Shuffle the shoulder blades under. Bending your arms, point your fingers up towards the sky. Then firm down through your shoulders and your feet. Feel your chest lift first. Start to lift your hips. As your hips lift, anchor down, big toes, pinky toes, both sides of the heels. Keeping the balance pressure on the skin of the feet, pull just your shins back. So if pulling the shins changes the balance of pressure, then adapt to that. Where do you need to add pressure? Where do you need to lighten up? As the shins draw back and the pressure stays even, you should feel your thighs moving forward. The pelvis starts to traction the lower spine forward. Slowly release all the way down onto your back. Badakanasana, feet together, knees go wide. Take a hand to the heart, a hand to the belly. Steady your breath. Hug your knees to your chest. Grab behind your thighs. Let's rock up into a seat. Seated forward fold. Start with your legs about halfway straightened out in front of you. Hands down by your waist. Lift your hips. Scoot your hips back. Sit nice and tall on the sits bones. Take your arms, reach up into the sky. Pull up on your lower spine. Exhale, tilt your pelvis forward. Reach your rib cage, your heart and spine forward. Lengthen your hands forward. Reach past your feet or towards the feet, but be unattached to ever touching the feet. Move a little side to side, up and down. It's constantly searching for the length of the spine. And then once your spine feels long, start to straighten your knees. Flex your toes back against your shins, then push your ball mounts forward. Breathe. Inhale, slowly lift your chest. Scooch forward, come all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees towards your armpits, holding on to the shins just below the knees. Pull with your biceps, anchor your buttocks forward, root your rib cage and shoulders down. Feel the length in your neck and in your lower back. Breath fully in. Stay for your exhale. Happy baby. You can stay holding the shins or slide your hands down towards the ankle, grab the outer edges of your feet, stack your heels over your knees, pull with your arms and spine, push with your legs in opposition. Rock a little side to side, feel the opening in the hips and groins. Hug your knees into your chest. Right knee stays in, left leg goes long. Then pull your knee just a little wider than the rib cage to avoid compression. Pull the knee down and out towards your armpit. Straighten through your left leg, breathe in. Exhale, twist. Use your left heel, press into the mat to lift the hips. Stack your right hip on top of your left hip. And then anchor both of your shoulders and shoulder blades down to the mat. Turn your head to the right. And breathe full to empty. Coming back to center, left knee pulls in, right leg goes nice and long. Avoid compression into the belly and ribs. Pull the knee towards the armpit and shoulder. Exhale, supine twist. Center the right heel. Lift your hips lightly so that the left hip can stack directly over the right hip and both shoulder blades can lay flush to the mat. Turn your head to the left. Let your breath move through you. Roll onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a huge squeeze. Wrap your arms around your shins. Thank yourself for coming to the mat. Hardest part sometimes is just to get to the mat. But your body will always feel so much better once you do. Breathe in, squeeze in. Exhale, final Shavasana. Let your legs float out. Lay your arms down by your sides. Wiggle the shoulder blades slightly under. Nest your heart. And then nice and slow, start to scan your body. Observe where you're holding on to muscle contraction. What can you let go? What can you soften? Full breath in. Soften the eyes, the lips, the jaw, and then ride the exhale down like a wave. Gentle in. Relax what you can. Fall into the exhale. Keep scanning, keep softening, keep letting go. Not just finding stillness, from the movement of the physical body, but take away any intention to move. You're resting not just muscle, but the nervous system that controls it.